G'day! Today we're going to have a look at the third of the new maps in Mini Motorways. This one is the one I voted for, New York. So let's see how this looks. So again, I'm playing this in just standard color, just because someone obviously took the time to choose the colors as opposed to what I pick when I play it in colorblind mode. So let's respect at least the one a chance to see what they've made it look like. I've also given myself a black mouse to make that hopefully a little bit easier to see. And but I will still try and describe where I'm talking about with the mouse, because I do know that it can get lost in the shuffle. The way that I used to play this map when it came to Mini Metro was I would make a circular route on Manhattan, and then I would have everyone outside of Manhattan connecting like into that loop. Now, I assume that's not going to be an effective way of doing this here, because you don't sort of work in major roads that everyone connects to. But FYI, that's what I did. I do have mini metro levels to play as well. And this one is the game that keeps on just when you think you've done every level that they'll never do any more updates. Bang, there they are. And kind of annoyingly, they'll sit in your rarest achievements for who knows how long, years, because no one goes back to a game that old to play new achievements that get added. Only people with debilitating addictions to achievements would do something like that. I mean, sure, you could just leave it and then it wouldn't affect what your achievements looked like, but then you wouldn't have every game completed, right? So very early for a circular destination there. I'm going to try just pulling that lower house off the grid, and we'll just see if we can get hopefully 2 more houses. If we had 2 more houses in this vicinity of this circular guy, I would say he could be set for a very long time. It's such a short route that those 2 houses are operating for. He should be set to well over 1,000 this stage, I'd say. If we get a closer red house or a red house in this lower section, and I can claim this 3rd house next to him back to help out, then yeah, he'll be gone for a long time. We will cut around the outside, mainly for the benefit that it means they won't go underneath. Wow, alright. I guess this might be part of the characteristics of this being New York, is that, like, things go high-rise very quickly. I think they'll chuck in my circular, my roundabout, just to try and clean up that neighborhood a little bit, because otherwise it's going to get out of hands real quick with a circular destination. Now that clanging sound again, that's not me, that's the music, so... Or is that the train? Is that the train that makes that clanging noise? Because it did seem to go once the train was off screen. When the train comes back, he just clangs along. No, it's just a brief part of the music. He's back again. See, this red house here, on the wrong side of the connection for this red house, but it means we can use him for the train station and give the circular guy 4 houses. So he's almost set. I'd say circular red house there, he won't be our problem. Like, we're not going to lose because of him. Would be good to get that second red house, or a second red house, up for that square destination, though. I can't imagine we're going to get the park getting knocked out in any way. I wonder if I'm allowed to build through the park. find out. I am not. Okay. It does seem like the train is that clanging noise, because again, you could hear it sort of like starting to fade as the train disappeared off the map, right? I think it's just a really hoon driver just flew through the train to get to green just a moment ago. Well, I came prepared. Bridges. And one good thing is that it seems like this train takes a while to go off to wherever it's going to and then come back. So I think that he won't be too, like, I don't think that there'll be too much chance of overload at this train station. Definitely have the amount of available bridges that we could make this a straight line. But I don't know, I think I'm better off holding onto the bridges, especially since we're sort of zooming out to a point where we're seeing the rivers around the edge. Let's just cut one pink further up, and then I'll take these two lower pinks, make a separate road. What I think as well is I'll take these two pinks on this side and I'll make them the attachment for the train station, and then it means I can use that fourth guy on the circular destination. Well, that's a bit of a run for our blues, so I think that we won't even try and do it, we'll just give them a motorway. I realize that this green network at the top here is so close to this green network just below it. I can actually just shift some of these houses south. So say for example, these three guys we could do that with. Red guy here's gone circular too. Okay, so with this green on the left-hand side, it also gives me the option that I was going to send greens from... Wow. Where are we getting greens? Just a little bit of everywhere. Just get blue doing double duty for now. Neither of them are circular, so it should be okay. There's our marker for 400. That's sound. And we've hit our 400 mark. Yeah, Getting these yellow houses, but we really need to be able to get someone over to this yellow that needs them. So let's just drop that guy across that way. I think that need to do some redesign. I think, what if we got rid of this road here? Consolidated those guys into sort of look inward. In fact, let's make those three guys there go together, and we'll get those three out. So we get rid of that road. Then what we do is we get rid of this road, turn these two guys around. We run them just up like that. We can then take these yellows, run them through here. Take these three yellows and turn them around, and now I can't do that with just my one bridge, although I'm getting a second bridge back in a moment. But then I also need to do second guy across because green needs to jump as well. So let's go yellow will go that way. These guys will go that way. And for the brief moment, they will have that just as they're way over there while we wait for that bridge to come back. We just got the bridge. We can just make a connection for that, kill that, wait for that to go, and then we can make a straight line. Really what we want to do too is get rid of Blue's dependency on sharing. Got this one guy at the top. This red guy here is going to be a disaster at some point. Like, there's no way that his design is ideal. Two more blues in this top section, and I'll bring him down and connect out this blue here, and then we'll jump this blue. There we go, one more. And we'll jump this motorway up to the top. Thank you. Okay, so there's our three. We move him to there. We then take that road and flip him around. We'll go as tight as we can. We've also still only got one red house looking after the station. Now, at the moment, you see we can't see the top of the station, so whenever it heads north, it's gone for a while. Whenever it heads out this way, you can see it's only over to there, but it's only doing 2 still. So even if it was doing 4, I mean, that will progressively get worse and worse. Okay, getting a new red destination hopefully means that we get some more red houses. Just going to connect those two guys for now. And luckily I've got extra motorways so I can change that one and be right in a minute. It's another red house that can look good. So we're getting a few more red houses for this guy. Oh, but we've also got this guy over here. I feel like what I should do for this is just connect these two. Just do it this way. Try and like keep them clean. And we probably should send someone down to address this. So what we'll do is we'll just give it a straight connection for now. These guys will just pull double duties. There's no reason that has to swing so far out like it does. They can come one back in. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these two guys and then we'll run them down. Cut that one shorter. And then what we'll do is we'll get rid of that. Extra greenhouse up there. Some things that we have that aren't great. Firstly is the neighborhood of this red. It's terrible. The fact that guy's got square. Oh, that's okay because he's got heaps of coverage. The fact that this green has circular green in the bottom left has lots of houses, but they're on the other side of a train line for him. Potentially that's going to cause us a problem at some point. Just hit 1,000. I can't fit my roundabout in there. There we go. Hopefully he's got enough houses that they can just cover both of those for a little bit. Let's redo this again. Now this blue down the bottom, this blue station is going to have a bigger problem because you can see that like it'll only be so long that these guys have a chance to get through. But the second that they get through, this guy's going to dump more houses on them. So they're going to have heavy hits frequently. Possibly I do need to give them more houses. Let's turn these two guys back around. And I will run that to the back here. And they can have those back 4 houses. The fact that this guy's just gone circular is not great for long-term success. Oh. But we are building a few little networks up here that we can possibly help. So luckily that guy's just gained 5. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of that, leave him as is, and then we'll take this group of 3 at the top here and send them down there. Although this guy just hit 4. Nah, okay, so we'll give that guy the 4. And I guess we'll give this guy the 3. Because I've just made that switch, we've got to wait for these guys to get all the way back before they'll convert. There we go. There's so... Okay. Something else we need to address is we have so many houses here looking after this station when we have just 2 houses looking after a circular destination down the bottom. So let's remove these guys, turn these 2 down, turn him down, and we'll run them along there and then across up that way. So they get to play backup for that one. Yellow housing. So we've got 4 yellow houses in the very bottom corner. Not ideal for this guy at the top. So we'll just give them... Well, we've got the extra motorway now. Again, you can see how badly this blue station down the bottom right gets hit. If we're lucky, maybe that'll become a... what do we want that to become? Yellow. Okay, so... Red housing. Guess we can cut across here and get that guy in there. So he's got 1 house. There's a second house he can have, so hopefully he'll be right for a little while. Now I could take that motorway, connect these 4 in the bottom right. Let me just double check where all my yellows are. So there's no other yellow networks that are currently relying on... Good, that's a good get. Want that guy have a little extra support. Let's put a No, we don't need a roundabout now, we've got that guy. This feels like it's been very kind to us for 1700 through. Like, we haven't had any sort of excessive complaints. Except me. Excessively complaining. Not loving connecting 3 blues through this network, but at the very least, there are still guys at home up here, so we're 100% at the mercy of blue at the moment. We've got these 2 blue guys down the bottom right, so if they get, say, 2 more friends, it's 1 more, just give me 1 more friend on either side of that guy, then we'll remove one of those 3 guys off. I mean, possibly I'm best off just removing them now. Because one of those is a circular destination, it's not great to have them connected. There's our 2000. And these blues also don't look bad at all. Getting some more yellow houses down in this bottom left-hand corner. Who's freaking out? That blue. Yeah, okay. And again, that's completely understandable the way that blue's gonna lose his mind. What we could do for this blue down the bottom is we could give him these 3 blues and remove that top section. So what we do is we go... Certainly not pretty, but those two roads aren't going to be high usage roads because it's just this guy when he gets passengers, that guy when he gets passengers. So then what we can do is we can totally remove this road. We'll connect him there, get rid of that. Give that guy that 1 slightly closer house, and then everything else can just go between the other 2. I can start to feel blue's getting a little bit more pushy. You can also see that we've now got a bit more of a direct line across there, so blue don't have to cross across the road as often. This guy's now circular as well. So, who's freaking out? Pink down here is freaking out. So, let's give him... I was going to say let's give him a motorway back there, but he does have 2 houses way closer than that. Alright, let's do this. Let's give this guy him up there, so he's got the 2 of those closer, and then let's just get rid of all of that and put that motorway there. We'll just give them a motorway to speed up over that way. We'll turn one of these pink houses around as well, because we can have that guy, we can give him the second pink house up here, so he's still got 2 houses to support him. Oh, I accidentally killed that road too, so let's just quickly give them a motorway, try and fix that mess. And then we'll just claim that back. Now that he's sort of on the winning side. Still a lot of yellow in this bottom right that I don't have a use for. Blue is doing surprisingly well with their setup here. There is a sound that plays in this this music that is a really ticking sound that makes it sound like one of you, like, is like, makes me look around going like, is one of my guys about to collapse? Okay. So what we need to do is we need to fix these guys. So I think we're going to get rid of that off there, and we'll send those 4 guys up to help out, because, and we get rewarded with another motorway, because I think those guys are going to collapse sharing. I can also see that these guys here, this guy here is yellow on the far right, being this guy I'm referring to. He's not looking great either. I think he's only got 3 houses supporting him. I'm going to give him a 4th I've actually got the bridges available that I can run these two guys up as well. They can help out, and I'll just dump a traffic light there because they're the T intersection and they're further away. They will only go in an emergency, but because there's a traffic light there, it tells these guys don't worry about that intersection. You'll be clear unless I say otherwise. Okay, green up the top here. He's not looking too great. We've got a motorway though, so I could just clear him. Give him a motorway to stop him having to travel underneath the train line, which could potentially be causing him problems. See that I've got greenhouses in this section up here that aren't being used. Let's move this guy up there too, because I can see that that guy's not, well, all of his greenhouses are being used as well. Just had this yellow in the top center go circular, which I think 4 houses as far away as they are might not be able to handle him. This red is circular in the double destination. I think we're going to have to help him out. What options do we have? So he's only got 3 houses. He's only got 2. He's only got 2 houses. Okay. So let's just chuck a roundabout in. That can't fit a roundabout in. Let's go these 2 guys here. We'll just bounce them that section. Roundabouts, even if I can't fit him in. Okay, so blue down the bottom here, he's not in a good way. Let's run this guy around. This is a terrible workaround, but you can see that there's plenty of guys sitting here laying in wait. So if they can get over and help out, why not? They're just at the mercy of 2 train crossings and but there is excess guys there. I mean, if they're being used in an auxiliary setup there, let's do it. Just a sudden surge of guys in there to clean that up. Does though mean that that road that these blues are using along the bottom does get significantly more busy for pink. I think they're okay. Let's see, pink's sort of back to clear. Speaking of not clear though is the other pink. And a few different yellows. Alright, so let's get that guy connected. A few more yellow houses have shown up. I mean, that guy can't connect to anything. Use a bridge to join him in there. But again, that just helps the guy that is probably best off of the worst of them. We have 1 motorway, so who do we need to go help? I think it's this guy up here, so let's just break that off. We'll turn these 2 guys... Oh, they can't... Oh, they'd have to go across 2 train lines. Let's not worry about them. Let's go... is that yellow? So that's a yellow guy here. So we can go 1, 2, 3. And we can't really... I guess if we kick yellow, like red that way, we can sort of get support for them. Get that road. 3 guys here. Let's bounce them to... there. Although that does just feel like a stay of execution here. I feel like everyone's about to collapse on us. We're hitting our first great surge. I don't think the pinks can hang on. Or we can root for, see if we can make it to 5,000. I don't think we will, but... What do we got? Is there anyone... I mean, there's no... we don't have any available... We can turn that guy around. So I don't think we're going to lose because of the train station. Come on, 50 to go. Green over here is about to sink me. There we go, 5,000. We get the train coming up here. Get the trains all the way down there because the train's going to kill us. The green up here. There we go. What do we get to? 5,100. Not too bad. Let's see where that puts us on the very early scales of New York City. Top 1%. Oh, second person to 5,000. Not too bad. Any questions or comments, feel free to chuck them below. And until next time, catch you later.